So we're still in the process of devotional service, or are we? Did we do the explanation of the Atma Rama verse? Prabhu, is that where we are in the Atma Rama verse?
Yes, Mataji, Atmarama verse only we were discussing.
Okay. Okay. So,
I think
Chaitanya
little further
Mahaprabhu.
also went, but you can continue, Mataji.
Okay. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Om Jnana Shalake Chakshurunlitamena Tasmai Padai Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swaminati Namne Namah Acharya Padai Nitai Kripa Pradayane Ghora Katha Dhamtai Nagar Gram Tarni Namam Vishnu Padai Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminati Namne Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharne Nirvisesh Sunyavadi Paschat Deshtarne Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shed Vaidagata Harshvasadi, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Sanatana Goswami said, My Lord, I've heard that previously at the home of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, you explained the Atmarama verse in 18 different ways. And what is that verse? Atmaramascha munayo nirgrantha api urukrame kurvanti ahaitukim bhaktim ittam bhuta guno harihi. Those who are self-satisfied and unattracted by external material desires are also attracted to the loving service of Sri Krishna, whose qualities are transcendental and whose activities are wonderful. Hari, the personality of Godhead, is called Krishna because he has such transcendentally attractive features. This verse seems very simple, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu managed to he gave more explanations, some 57 or something, before he had given only 18 to Sarvabhauma. This is the famous Atmarama verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.7.10. So I have heard this wonderful story and I'm therefore very inquisitive to hear your explanation again. If you would kindly repeat, I would be very pleased to hear. Prabhu kahe ami vatala Vatula Amara Vachane Sarvabhauma Vatula Taha Satyakarimane. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, I am one madman and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is another. Therefore, he took my words to be the truth. Kipa prala pilana kichu nahi kasmarane tomara sanga bale yadi kichu hayamane. I do not recall what I spoke in that connection, but if something comes to my mind due to association with you, I shall explain it. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu telling Sanatan Goswami, Sahaji amara kichu ardanahi bhase, tomasa bhara sanga bale, ye kichu prakashe. Generally, by myself, I cannot give an explanation, but by the strength of your association, something may manifest itself. So he says, there are 11 clear words in this verse, but when they are studied separately, various meanings glitter from each word. That is the beauty of Sanskrit. So each word has got so many different ways and how you arrange it and read it and so on. Atma, Atma Rama. So Atma Shabda, Atma Shabde Brahma Deha Mana Yatna Dhritti Buddhi Swabhava Eis Sata Artha Prapti. The 7 different meanings of the word Atma are the absolute truth, the body, the mind, endeavor, firmness, intelligence, and nature. Atma can be used to mean all these things. So 7 different meanings. So Atma Deha Mano Brahma Svabhava Dhriti Buddhishu Prayatnecha iti. The following are synonymous of the word Atma: the body, the mind, absolute truth, natural characteristics. Like we say, this is the soul of something, like that, natural characteristics, firmness, intelligence, and endeavor. This is a quotation from the Vishwa Prakasha dictionary. The word Atmarama refers to one who enjoys these 7 items. What are those? The absolute truth. Atmarama. Rama means one who takes pleasure from. So he takes pleasure from the absolute truth, or there is somebody taking pleasure from the body. Some people are taking pleasure from the mind, and so on. Later, I shall enumerate the Atmaramas. My dear Sanatana, first hear the meanings of the other words, beginning with the word Muni. So, Atmarama itself has got 7 different meanings, because just that word alone, because there are different types of Atmaramas. So, it means that Atmaramascha Muniyascha Nirgrantha api um, Nirgrantha api Urukrame. So, any kind of Atmarama who comes across Krishna, who are also attracted. No, those who are satisfied and unattracted. Kurvanti ahaitukim bhaktim ittam bhuta guno harihi. Once he hears about Krishna, then he becomes attached to Krishna, to serving him. So in that, there are 7 types of Atmaramas. Okay, then the word Muni refers to Atmaramascha Munayascha. So the word Muni refers to one who's thoughtful, one who's grave or silent, an ascetic, one who keeps great vows, one in the renounced order, and a saint. These are the different meanings of the word Muni. Then he will combine all this and finally give explanations. Then the word Nirgrantha refers to one who is liberated from the material knot of ignorance. It also refers to one who is devoid of all regulative principles enjoined in the Vedic literature. It also refers to one who does not have knowledge. So such diverse meanings, because Nirgrantha means what? Without scriptures. Nirgrantha, or it can also mean who doesn't, who's liberated from the knots of ignorance. And it can also refers to one who is devoid of all regulative principles, because Nirgrantha, he doesn't have to follow any rules. So like that, 3 different types. Then Murkani Chamlecha Adi Shastra Rikta Gana Dhanasuncha Dhanasanchayi Nirgrantha Araye Nirdhana. Nirgrantha also refers to one who is illiterate, Nirgrantha, no scripture, low-born, misbehaved, unregulated, and devoid of respect for the Vedic literature. The word also refers to one who's a capitalist and to one who has no riches. So, so varieties of meaning for Nirgrantha. Then he says the prefix ni may be used for sense of ascertainment. Sorry, ascertainment, gradation, construction, or forbidding. The word grantha means riches, thesis, and composition. So composition is grantha, scriptures, or thesis, and it also means riches. So this is again from the Vishwa Prakasha dictionary. The word urukrama refers to one whose krama or system step is great. The word krama means throwing the foot forward, that is stepping. So we know Urukrama is the name of this one, Vamana Avataram. So it also means Urukrama means throwing the foot forward and stepping. Krama also means power, trembling, a systematic method, argument, and a forcible attack by stepping forward. Thus, Vamana caused the three worlds to tremble. Uru means very great, and Krama means step. When Lord Vamanadeva was offered 3 steps of land, he expanded his 3 steps by covering the entire universe. In this way, the three worlds trembled, and therefore Sri Vamanadeva, the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, is referred to as Urukrama, great step. But then it's got so many other meanings also, Krama. And Vishnurnu Virya Grananam Katamo Arhatihata Ya Parthivani Api Kavir Vimame Rajamsi Chaskamba Yaswa Ramhasaskalatha Tri Prishtam Yasma Trisamya Sadanat Uru Kampayanam. Even if a learned man is able to count all the minute atoms in this material world, he still cannot count the potencies of Lord Vishnu. In the form of the Vamana incarnation, Lord Vishnu, without hindrance, captured all the planets extending from the root of the material world up to Satyaloka. And indeed, he caused every planetary system to tremble by the force of his steps. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam. So the meaning of this verse is practically identical to that of the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam quoted above. That is what they're saying. Om Vishnu. Okay, anyway. So Vishnu Rupe Vyape Shakti Dharana Poshana Madhurya Shakti Goloka Aishwarye Paravyoma. Through his all-pervasive feature, the Supreme Personality of Godhead has expanded the entire creation. He's holding and maintaining this creation by his extraordinary potency, by his conjugal potency. He maintains the planetary system known as Goloka Vrindavana. Through his 6 opulences, he maintains many Vaikuntha planets. In his gigantic form, Lord Krishna has covered the creation. Everything he holds all the plenary systems and maintains them by his inconceivable potencies. Similarly, he's maintaining his personal abode, Goloka Vrindavana, through his conjugal love. And he's maintaining the spiritual world containing the Vaikuntha planets by his opulences. So here he has material world. Anyway, everything is situated in him. I used to wonder before that when Vamanadeva, how did he become perfectly fit this universe? Because his body consists of contours. So how did he fully take over this whole universe? The thing is, everything is situated in his body only. So it was easy for him to fully fill up this entire universe. And by his conjugal love, he's sustaining Goloka Vrindavana, and because Madhurya Leela is predominant there, and Vaikuntha, it is his opulence. He is like a king and very majestic, and everyone is just charmed by that. They are charmed by his opulences, and so there is a distance. They enjoy that. They like to see him as a king. With a king, you have a kind of a distance. He's very great. I'm very, small, and I can't go near him. Kind of that formality is there. Whereas in Goloka Vrindavana, it is just defined by love, not opulences. They don't care. Krishna's, they're not interested in his opulences. And so Krishna also doesn't display all those things. He just goes barefooted, he walks around everywhere. And as a baby, he is naked also. And he eats from other people's tiffin dabbas and all that. So no, is not displaying that opulence, and so because of love, there is so much intimacy with him. So these three ways, and here material world also his opulence, everything is resting on him. He holds all the planetary systems and maintains them by his inconceivable potencies. So different Shaktis are operating. Maya Shakti. He is not personally Maya Shakti Brahmanda the Paripati Srijana Urukrama Shabdera Ehi Artani Rupana. The word Urukrama indicates the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who, by his external potency, has perfectly created innumerable universes. So here the Shaktis are doing their jobs. In the spiritual world, he personally is doing it. Krama Shaktau Paripatyam Kramaschalana Kampayu. These are the different meanings of the word krama. It is used in the sense of potency, systematic arrangement, step, moving, or trembling. This is a quotation from the Vishwa Prakasha dictionary. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is all pervasive. Not only does he carry the three worlds by his inconceivable energy, but he maintains them also. He is also maintaining a spiritual planet, Goloka Vrindavana, by his conjugal love, and he's maintaining the Vaikunthas by his opulences. He maintains the material universes through his external energy. The material universes are perfectly situated because they are created by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna is personally holding up all these, I mean, through his energy. And it is like the example is given in which scripture, which was that if somebody say you're invisible and you're holding up some grains of sand, you're holding it up and people will think it's wonderful. See, on its own there is this clump of mud which is floating, but actually you're only holding it up. And when you so in the same way, actually Krishna's energies are holding it up, or Krishna himself, because it is his potency, everything is situated in him. But we are thinking, oh, on its own it's floating, and we try to find out the laws by which such huge this thing can float in space. What is that formula? What is that equation by which matter can behave in this amazing way? But actually, it just boils down to Krishna holding it. Everything is created by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kurvanti pada e parasmai pada haya Krishna sukha nimitta bhajane tatparya kahaya. The word kurvanti means they do something for others, since it's a form of the word to do, indicating things done for others. It is used in connection with devotional service. Kurvanti, doing some work, which must be executed for the satisfaction of Krishna. That is the purport of the word kurvanti. Because here it says that even Atmaramascha Munayascha Nirgrantha api urukrama. Kurvanti. So the word here is doing devotional service. Even he becomes attached to doing devotional service to Krishna. In Sanskrit, the verb to do has two forms, technically called Parasmai Pada and Atmamani Pada. When things are done for one's personal satisfaction, the form is called Atmani Pada. In that case, the word do in English is kurvati in Sanskrit. When things are done for others, the verb form changes to kurvanti. Imagine in English, we don't have such things. If you do for yourself, it's one word. If you do for others, it's another word. Thus, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu informed Sanatana Goswami that in the Atmarama verse, the verb kurvanti means that things should be done only for the satisfaction of Krishna. So because that is the verb, kurvanti means, kurvate is to do for oneself, and kurvanti means doing for Krishna. That thing should be done only for the satisfaction of Krishna. This is supported by the grammarian Panini. The verb is formed as Atmane Pada. When the work is to be done for one's own benefit, um, Atmane Pada. And when it is done for others, it's called Parasmai Pada. Thus, the verb is formed according to whether something is done for one's self satisfaction or for another's satisfaction. Imagine work has got such beautiful connotation that work by itself has no value. If you do it for others, then it gets a very that then only it's recognized as work. Otherwise, it's not considered really given any importance. The termination of the Atmane Pada are employed when the fruit of an action accrues to the agent of verbs having an indicatory na or a swarita accent. This is quotation from Panini Sutras. The word hetu, cause, means that a thing is done for some motive. There can be three motives. One may act to enjoy the result personally, to achieve some material perfection, or to attain liberation. First, we take the word bhukti, material enjoyment, which is of unlimited variety. We may also take the word siddhi, perfection, which has 18 varieties. That is the material perfection. And similarly, the word mukti has 5 varieties. So, costless devotional service is unmotivated by sense enjoyment, perfection, or liberation. When one is freed from all these contaminations, he can bring Lord Krishna, who's very funny, under control. Krishna is very funny. He is the source of all humor, right? And he's always joking and teasing and doing all naughty things. Humor starts from Krishna. So Krishna was very funny, under control, because when you become, you have to become sober, somebody who's under control, then he will listen to what you're saying. So Krishna, who is normally just nonchalant, he doesn't have to listen to anyone. So we have to, for that, we have to be freed from contaminations, which is doing for ourselves of to attain some material perfection, um, or liberation. We should simply want to please Krishna. That is bhakti. Bhakti shabdera artha ya dasa vidhakara eka sadhana prema bhakti nava prakara. There are 10 meanings for the word bhakti. Devotional service. One is sadhana bhakti, execution of devotional service according to the regulative principles, and the other 9 are varieties of prema bhakti, ecstatic love of God. So one is sadhana bhakti and other is prema bhakti. The 9 varieties of prema bhakti are rati, prema, sneha. This is not the 9 types of progressing. I mean, we have like, what is that? Shraddha, Ado Shraddha, and then Bhajana Kriya. No, Sadhu Sangha, Ajo Shraddha, then Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti. And then it goes on up till Prema. Now, once you already have Prema, Krishna Prem, then again there is further progress in spiritual life also. There is deeper and deeper love for Krishna. So 9 varieties of Prema Bhakti are Rati, then Prema, Sneha, Mana, Pranaya, Raga, Anuraga, Bhava, and Mahabhava. So what does it? Rati means attraction. Prema means having love. Sneha means affection. Mana means adverse feelings. So there's Radharani will show her man. She will be very proud and she will not listen. That is also an ecstatic feeling of love. Adverse feelings, mana. Then um, pranaya, intimacy, raga, attachment, anuraga, sub-attachment, bhava, ecstatic love, and mahabhava, sublime ecstatic love, which Radharani only feels. For the word sadhana bhakti, there is only one meaning: the execution of devotional service according to regulative principles. So it is more defined by rules and regulations, not because Krishna is so dynamic. It's not based on feelings and all that. I have to arrange the plate in a particular way. I have to keep it, rules and all that. This is the way I have to do. We go by following that rules. But spontaneous devotional service means it can be anything. Suddenly you think, oh, Krishna wants like this today. There is no regulative principle like that. Krishna may want anything. He is very spontaneous. So that you have all these other varieties of so many ways of showing your love for Krishna. But sadhana bhakti is more bound by rules and regulations. Rati lakshana, prema lakshana, ityadi prachara, bhava rupa, mahabhava lakshana, rupa ara. Next are explained the symptoms of love of Godhead, which can be divided into 9 varieties, beginning with attraction and extending up to ecstatic love, and finally up to the topmost ecstatic love, Mahabhava. So the attraction to Krishna of devotees on the platform of neutrality increases up to the love of Godhead, Prema. And the attraction of devotees on the platform of servitorship increases to spontaneous attachment, raga. Um, Devotees in Vrindavana who are friends of the Lord can increase their ecstatic love to the point of anuraga. So each this thing relationship has, you know, the highest point according to their relationship, what they can reach. So those who are neutral or shantaras, they can go up to the point of prema, and those who are in dasyaras can increase to spontaneous attachment, raga. And devotees in Vrindavana who are friends of the Lord, Gopas and others, can increase their ecstatic love to the point of anuraga. I don't know why it's called sub-attachment, sub-ecstatic love. Parental affectionate lovers, Krishna's father and mother, can increase their love of Godhead up to the end of anuraga. The gopis of Vrindavana who are attached to Krishna and conjugal love can increase their ecstatic love up to the point of Mahabhava, the greatest ecstatic love. These are some of the glorious meanings of the word bhakti. So bhakti means so many things, sadhana bhakti or all these different types of love, the progressive love from prema onwards. So itam bhuta gunai shabdera, इत्थम भूत गुण शब्देरा सुनः व्याख्याना इत्थम शब्देरा भिन्न अर्थ guna shabdera ana. Please hear the word meaning of the word ittam bhuta guna, which is found in the Atmarama verse. Ittam bhuta has different meanings and guna has other meanings. So the word ittam bhuta is transcendently exalted because it means full of transcendental bliss. Before this transcendental bliss, the bliss derived from merging into the existence of the absolute, Brahmananda, becomes like a piece of straw in comparison. My dear Lord, O Master of the universe, since I've directly seen you, my transcendental bliss has taken the shape of a great ocean. Being satisfied in that ocean, I now realize all of the so-called happiness to be like the water contained in the hoof print of a calf. So that is how tiny it is. And that is why we are like fishes. Once we discover the supreme personality of Godhead, it is like a small fish swimming in an ocean. It is never ending. So this is a verse from the Hari Bhakti Sudhodaya, 14.36. Lord Krishna is so exalted that he is more attractive than anything else and more pleasing than anything else. He is the most sublime abode of bliss. By his own strength, he causes one to forget all other ecstasies. So that is what we should be praying for. Krishna, give us so much ecstasy that we can forget all other materialistic ecstasies. भुक्ति मुक्ति सिद्धि सुख छाड़ाया यारा गंदे अलौकिका शक्ति गुणे कृष्ण कृपया भंदे. Pure devotional service is so sublime that one can very easily forget the happiness derived from material enjoyment, material liberation, mystic or yogic perfection. Thus, the devotee is bound by Krishna's mercy and his uncommon power and qualities. So to be attracted to Krishna also depends on Krishna's mercy. Hmm. When one is attracted to Krishna on the transcendental platform, there is no longer any logical argument on the basis of revealed scripture, nor are there conditions of such conclusions. This is his transcendental qualities. That is the essence of all transcendental sweetness. So when we don't see Krishna, then Krishna gives us scriptures to refer what to do, what not to do, how to progress, all that. But Krishna is the source of the scriptures. So when Krishna is directly there, you don't need to refer anything. Just whatever Krishna wants, that is only scripture. That is perfect. And that's how Krishna tested the Pandavas, like Yudhishthir Maharaj. He told Ashwatthama, say, boldly proclaim, Ashwatthama is dead. Now, if Arjuna had been told that, Arjuna would immediately scream, Ashwatthama is dead. But then Yudhishthir Maharaj, somehow he had a slight, that what Krishna is the origin of all these scriptures. So that love, when a devotee completely believes in Krishna, loves him so much, then what Krishna says is only scripture. Like even the Brahmanas and their wives, Yagnik Brahmanas, they were they were thinking of what the scriptures say. Oh, when you're performing yajna, then you're supposed to finish it, offer it to God, then only you can give it to anybody. That is, they're following the rules, regulations like that, and they lost their intelligence to think that person for whom they were doing all this yajna, he is only asking, give me the food. Then, so the wives, on the other hand, they understood that they were normally following all the thing, but then what is that? What is all these scriptures, these rules, regulations? God himself is asking, do this, finish. That's all you have to do. So they asked their husbands, and the husband said, no, no, we should not do. But then they got a request, and they had request from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, bring me food. Then how can they neglect that? So they just went ahead and gave all the prasadam. They themselves went also. They just didn't give it to the boys. They said, we'll bring. And they want to, this was an opportunity to see the Supreme Lord. So they didn't want to lose that. So they just left in front of their husbands happily. Defying their this thing, they just took all the food and went, boga. So when one is attracted to, so Krishna was very happy with them. And he went along with them, at the end, and so to show the Brahmanas, see how exalted their wives are. He also went because suppose they went back home, the wives, and then the Brahmanas didn't understand anything, and then they shouted at them. There'll be misunderstanding. So Krishna came and he revealed how glorious the wives' understanding of him was, and the Brahmanas felt very ashamed. How come? We have learnt all the scriptures, how to do thing, not to do this, and they understood spontaneous. I mean that Krishna is for whom we are doing all this. Why we should, when he says something, we should not sit and try to teach him. Oh, this is not according to Shastra. He's only setting all the rules. Now, how we'll teach him rules? When one is attracted to Krishna on the transcendental platform, there is no longer any logical argument on the basis of revealed scripture, nor are there considerations of such conclusions. This is its transcendental quality. That is the essence of all transcendental sweetness. He's very, very sweet because he doesn't follow his own scriptures. When he doesn't follow, what are all that? He steals, right? He steals food from different people's homes. And then he took away the garments of this gopis and went, and he was doing all that. And then that's what he was dancing in the middle of the night with the wives of other men. All this, his scripture is telling you should not do all that. And he's happily not following all that. That is the sweetness. And devotees enjoy that. And they glorify Krishna for his sweet behavior. That is the essence of all transcendental sweetness. Artha Guna Ananta Sachid Rupa Guna Sarva Purnananda. The word guna means quality. The qualities of Krishna are transcendently situated and are unlimited in quantity. All of the spiritual qualities are full of transcendental bliss. Just describing about Krishna fills us with bliss, right? How many ever times we may know it, and yet we keep on hearing, we keep on discussing, and it fills us with bliss. Aishwarya Madhurya Karunye Swarupa Purnatha Bhakti Vatsalya Atma Paryanta Vadanyata. Krishna's transcendental qualities of opulence, Aishwarya, then Madhurya is sweetness, and Karunye, mercy, are perfect and full. As far as Krishna's affectionate leaning towards his devotees is concerned, he's so magnanimous, Bhakta Vatsalya, is so magnanimous that he can give himself to his devotees. Atma Paryanta Vadanyatha, up to the point of his personal self, giving himself to Krishna, to his devotees, magnanimity. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to different devotees. He said, I give myself to you. I belong to you. Now, he told Srivas Thakura once, because he tested him about Nityananda. He said, why you want to keep Nityananda in your house? You don't even know what is his antecedents, who his parents are, nothing you know, and you want to keep him in your house? Then Srivas Thakur said, my lord, please don't test me like that. I know who Nityananda is. He's just like you. I don't have any doubt about him. Even if I see him coming out of some bar or something, I will not doubt him. I'll think that he's got some good reason to be there. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so happy by his complete faith in Nityananda. And he said that, Srivas, you have purchased me. From today, I belong to you. You can do anything with me. You can even sell me in the marketplace. So that is how Krishna, he gives himself to his devotees. He was planning to go on a South India trip, and Sarvam Bhattacharya said, what is this? Just now you made me devotee. All these years I was a impulseless, and now I'm enjoying all this nectar, and you're going, no, stay for 5 days at least.
Oh, thanks.
Stay for some time in my house. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he changed his plan. He wants to leave immediately. He changed his plan and stayed for 5 days in Sarvam Bhattacharya's house. So that is how he's so magnanimous that he can give himself to his devotees. Alaukika rupa rasa saurabhadi guna karumana kona gunikara akarshana. Krishna has unlimited qualities. The devotees are attracted by his uncommon beauty, mellows, and fragrance. Thus, They are differently situated in different transcendental mellows. Therefore, Krishna is called all attractive. So different people are attracted. People are attracted by different features of Krishna. Thus, they are differently situated in different transcendental mellows. Therefore, Krishna is called all attractive. Everything is attractive about Krishna, his beauty and the different ways in which he interacts with devotees and his fragrance. So, actually, there is natural attraction for the soul with Krishna. And somehow, like a perverted person, we have turned our back to Krishna and are looking at this material world, trying to find a substitute for Krishna, something that is as attractive as Krishna, as fragrant, and as beautiful, someone who has such feelings, loving feelings like Krishna, impossible in this material world. So the minds of the four boy sages, Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana, and Sanat Kumara, were attracted to the lotus feet of Krishna by the aroma of the tulasi that had been offered to the Lord. Just by the tulasi which was offered to his lotus feet, just by smelling that, they were impulseless before. Just smelling the tulasi which was offered to Krishna, they became crazy after Krishna. They became his devotees. Then that's how they've got a Vaishnava Sampradaya. Otherwise, they were impulseless. But after smelling the fragrance, so that is also very attractive. Everything about Krishna, when the breeze carrying the aroma of tulsi leaves and saffron from the lotus feet of lotus-eyed personality of Godhead entered into the nostrils, into the hearts of those sages, the Kumaras, they experienced a change in both body and mind, even though they were attached to the impersonal Brahman understanding. This is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 3.15.43. For an explanation, see Madhya Leela 17.142. So we know that to somehow we want to become attracted to Krishna, then that is it. Then no need to struggle with all this, oh, control the mind, control the senses. Automatically we are attached to Krishna because that is so completely overpowering. We forget about all inferiorities. So that is why we need to do somehow please the Vaishnavas, please Guru, please Krishna, and all the devout Vaishnava Acharya, everyone, so that by their mercy and blessings, we can feel some attachment to Krishna, some the happiness of simply thinking about him. And that's what we're just in love with Krishna. Then life becomes very happy and peaceful and very simple. You can, that is the state in which, if in material life, if a boy and girl are in love and they're always thinking about each other, actually they become useless. Everybody will say this love sick. They are not, they can't do anything. They're only thinking about each other. But when one is in love with Krishna, then that is when one becomes completely aware. So it is not that you become foolish and loving Krishna means we become woolly headed and we can't do work. But rather, everything happens so perfectly simply by Krishna's potencies. Simply loving Krishna means on the transcendental plane. You don't even have to struggle for anything. Everything is Krishna's potency. You think of Krishna as potency acts. That is how mystic yogis and all sit in one place and they can do everything. They can just reach out their hand and get something from far away place, or they become smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest. All that is possible only because they meditated on Krishna. And by his mercy, all this is happening. So loving Krishna means life definitely becomes easier, simpler, happier. So somehow we should become attracted to Krishna by hearing pastimes of Krishna, by chanting his holy names. by associating with people who love Krishna, then we also feel, yes, this is the truth, because it's already there within us. It just has to be rediscovered. That's all. So we must pray every day, please, give me Krishna Prem. That includes everything. Everything is included in that, because if we have Krishna, we have everything. So, okay, stop now. So this Atmarama verse, it's so mind-boggling, because we can never know all these. And if you know Sanskrit, then you can mug up all these different meanings, and then try to, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's this thing, then it will take a lot of study to become an expert on just this Atmarama verse alone. That is explained by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. And everyone found it very wonderful. Even Sanatana Goswami was saying, please, I heard that you gave 80 meanings, but now here to Sanatana Goswami is giving some 54 or 65 meanings for one sentence, one verse. That is the beauty of Sanskrit and the beauty of Krishna, who is so unlimited. Okay, I'll stop now. Hare Krishna. Are there any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
So wonderful, Mataji. This raga is attachment. Anuraga, what you said, Mataji, is it above raga or below raga?
Not Radha, Ragha.
Raga, yes, raga.
Raga. That's what it says. Sub attachment.
Means
That should be less only, na?
less only.
I don't
Okay.
know, because it says those who are servitors go up to the point of attachment, and those who are gopas go to the level of anuraga. So how can it be sub attachment?
Yeah, anuraga means in that case,
Anuraga should be
gopas are.
higher than raga. So how is it?
That's
I
what.
don't know. We have to ask. It has to be
Okay.
higher, because
So everything is here amazing, Mataji. The Sanskrit language is amazing. The Mahaprabhu's explanations are amazing, and we need a lot of qualification to understand these explanations.
That's what
It's
is
very,
very
very,
complicated. Every
very
word has
complicated.
got
Yeah,
9,
yeah.
10 meanings,
Start from
and
the
then
first
each
7.
permutation and combination. Just imagine, Prabhu,
Yeah,
much more than 50, because every word used along with the combinations of every other meaning. I mean, every word with different meanings, used with combination of every word with so many different meanings. Then how many can be found? There'll be so many, so many.
yeah, amazing. It started with the 7 meanings of Atma, and every word has prema has 9 meanings. Oh, really, really mind-blowing, Mataji. Really amazing. How Sarvabhauma was so fortunate to hear on face to face from the Supreme Lord. Really. Thank you so much, Mataji. Really. I was praying because my mobile charge is going down. I was praying at least towards the end. I should hear everything. Now it's 2%. I am happy. Even if it is dying, I don't care. I heard full. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. See,
Devotees,
like
any questions,
Chaitanya
comments?
Mahaprabhu.
Yeah, really amazing. I think this explanation is not completed. Now, Mataji, next week we'll continue.
No, not yet.
Okay, then you can make a page mark, bookmark there. Then we'll start from there. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Devotees, any comments, questions?
I think no. Wonderful. No
Yeah.
questions.
Sugar Prabhu?
We Narendra.
Hare Krishna.
Every day I see you chanting also, Prabhu. Very nice. You're coming in the morning also.
I'm trying, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
not succeeding, but I'm trying.
You're
That's
chanting 16, na, Prabhu?
I come in
You're
the
chanting
morning.
16 rounds. No?
Sometimes I don't keep count. So I count
No,
for
but
some time and then leave
every
it.
day you complete 16? No, you complete 16?
No, Mataji, I don't know. I don't know. I don't count. So
16
I'm not
rounds.
completing. Yeah, I'm not
Do you
completing.
do?
I'm not counting. I come. I chant for some time. That's all.
You can't hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Hello.
Uma Manoj, she had asked a question. Sorry, we discussed from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat pranams. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. V.S. Narayan Prabhu, what were you saying?
No, I come daily, but I don't keep count for the full thing. So I really don't know whether I complete or not.
Oh.
Rather, I am sure I am
No.
not completing.
But you're not using beads?
I use a counter. Sometimes I use beads.
No, Prabhu. Now you're been chanting for so long. You should use only beads. And you must chant 16 rounds every day.
I will try,
You
Mataji.
can easily do.
I will try. I will certainly try.
You can easily chant. Yes. At least increase, keep a minimum
Yes.
and keep on increasing one after the other.
Right, Mataji. Right. Do that. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay. We'll stop now. Okay. Shri
Yes,
Gurudev
Mataji. We can close.
Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhuvya evacha Patithanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Ananta Koti, Vaishnavrinda ki jai.
Jai. Ganapati Mataji ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat pranams. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavat pranam.